You didn't understand yourself until now. We never understand ourselves fully because we're always evolving. That's in our consciousness. So every day it's this understanding that we come to. Who am I today? Who am I meant to become? Because that's a journey that we each take. And sometimes that can be really surprising and different because when we come into the world, we have to figure out who we are. And it's this self-actualization, personal development, whatever it is, we all have to do it. We can't depend on our family, our friends, or all of that after we reach a certain point. And then there are times where we're trying to figure out who we are because the world has changed. And we've all experienced that, especially during the last several years. But today, the reason I'm giving you that title is because I was walking today and I heard Molly McCord. I listened to her a bit. You can check her out. She's an intuitive astrologer. I don't understand astrology, but I listen to her because she will give me dates. And Wilhelm has given me all the information on every single major astrological event that has happened. I didn't know that was happening. That's why I didn't understand myself. But it's also the part of me that I was ignoring, that I have been running from my entire life. We do that a lot because we don't understand ourselves. So we have to move through this period of self-acceptance. And that's a journey, and it's going to be different for every single person. And when I heard that date, I came back and came home and I said, let me see what I was given on this date. She said April 3rd, 2020. I said, I must have received something on that date. And I know this is really challenging to believe because it was difficult for me to believe as well. When I was told I was given a philosophy that would have anybody become their best selves and it would create a better world, who am I to do that? But see, that's what I knew. And I know that everyone has something like that within them, that if they decide to do it, then we have a very different world. It's very logical to explain that. But we also must understand we come into the world with programming that would not have us own ourselves, would not have us believe that we could accomplish certain things. And then we might act out in different ways that we might see others doing, which is what's happening in our world now. So when I went back to find that message, I said, wow, that's pretty remarkable. And we think things are happening accidentally, and I say they are not. They're never that. There's an order that happens in the universe. There's an order in our being because we're all energy. We're all connected to the universe. We just come to understand it at different times, and people figure it out. I figured out a new philosophy because of what I've lived. So, but telling you that was really challenging for a long time, just as you may be challenged by owning that authentic self that is you. But this was the message, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. And it was this: you didn't understand yourself until now. Those words are meant for every person who reads them. Your world is now causing each of you to remember who you are. That is why we have been yelling about it for some time. A recent review of our messages reveals this to you. Yesterday, we told you Roger could not find his folder from 2005. Then we said he would, which he did. And now the significance of this will make sense to you all. Every human doubts who they are during their lives, but that is purposeful. Yes, we wanted the exclamation point for emphasis. Not one of you is left out of this equation. This morning, we awakened Roger with a bit more noise than usual as we had a lot to say, but we will temper ourselves. After all, you will have more time with us now. Also, we have given Roger enough information over the years that none of you could possibly consume it all. The reason we wanted Roger to find the folder from 2005 was to pull from it messages and post it at the end. It will make sense. Then we told Roger to do three. No, make it four things, and we will use names. One, apologize to Gibran for not offering more guidance last night, as Roger knew that guidance would help, as Roger had experienced those frightening times. The apology is not necessary, but it causes Roger to acknowledge he is withholding what he knows. Each of you will recognize this within yourselves. Also, read him your notes from 1994. Next, tell Jared that he couldn't connect with Roger or us earlier because he was to trust himself, as he did, and would only receive a confirmation from us when the time was right, which was last night. Thirdly, tell Cam that her use of onward and upward is what she is moving to and offering, and none of it is accidental. Finally, thank Rita for her opposition. In other words, all of you, any opposition or resistance you experience from others in your lives helps you to know who you are. You are all in this moment of time awakening your humanity. We will continue to help you. All through this time. August 8th, 2005. You are indeed moving to a place in your life where you are much more willing to accept your very own unique and individual gifts, while at the same time recognizing that all creatures have this ability. With this new awareness and acceptance comes resistance. The resistance is your ego's way of trying to survive, as you well know. You will make the most expedient progress in this arena when you acknowledge the resistance and then gently make the decision to make a new choice. This is an ongoing process in your life and the lives of all. When you embrace it without fear, you do experience pure love. Examine all that comes to you willingly so that you avail of the opportunity of choice. In this manner, you gradually and steadily let go of tension and fear that heretofore prevented you from experiencing your life more fully. After all, that is truly a purpose-driven life. Experience that. We only limit ourselves in what we can believe. I had a difficult time believing that I was receiving all this information, which I've been doing since 1988. And I had a difficult time believing that it was really changing my life and healing me in ways that I could not explain. But I will believe it a lot more, which is why I'm going to be filming the TV show Beyond Belief with George Noory, because I want others to have this full information, because we are moving through a period in our world where you're going to be a little uncomfortable because we're going to continue to change. And I posted a few videos about that, but you can find them on my YouTube channel as well. But we must understand that we all come into the world to evolve. And if we decide to move through our blockages, move through our generational hatred and anger and all of those things, then we start to heal. And I can say this because that's what's happened for me. I can't tell you that you would do it, but that is what has occurred from this work. But you can also hear many other people who've done this work. And I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, did I have create something that's so incredibly valuable that it could make a difference in the world? And I did. And the only thing I can't do is allow others to believe it. And that's what came through on the last Wilhelm channeling session also. They said, we've given you everything that you need to heal your life and create a really magnificent one, and also your world. And the only problem will be you won't believe it. And that has been true, because I've been speaking about this for the last 4 years. I'm telling people. And so that's why that message was there, why it was anxious, because I know that the collective energies that we all have will make a difference if we decide to love who we are. And that's what I'm doing. So I wanted to give you that. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to the channel, share this with others, check out all of my work. And if you decide to do it, just become willing to become healed and become your best self, because that's what will happen. See you soon.